Because you guys are just like, developing brain, like adjusting to what's on the internet. Like, this is crazy, but it's the internet. Like, we're already kind of have a general sense of how crazy the shit is. But for him, he's like, kids just showed me this.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Natural Podcast. Today I'm sitting here with Kevin Willard.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. The first question I always ask everyone is, do you remember the first time you did stand up? And do you remember any jokes like from your first set?
Yeah. The first time I did stand up was like 7 years ago, 2018.
Okay.
And it was in Buffalo, New York.
Nice.
I literally drove to Buffalo to do an open mic from Rochester because I was nervous to do it in Rochester because my dad was doing it there.
No way.
Yeah, and he had beef with a bunch of the comics. So like people knew who I was, but like I wasn't doing stand up. So I was like, if I sign up for an open mic, I'm already so nervous.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, everyone thinks I'm whack. So I was like, I'm going to drive to another city so no one knows who I am so I could just do it with less pressure.
Okay.
And I was so scared. I was like, I thought about it in the back of my head for like a million years. I was 26 and I was like, I always kind of secretly wanted to do it, but didn't want to admit to myself that I wanted to. Because it's like kind of humiliating.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck do I think I am?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. But then finally I was like, all right, I'm 26. What am I gonna wait forever?
Yeah.
So yeah, I drove to Buffalo and I was like shaking and I like was like drinking tequila in the car and I was like hammered and I was still scared.
Damn.
I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. But then I literally had to force myself. Like it was like the worst stage fright ever.
Wow.
And I did it and it went okay because everyone felt bad for me because they knew it was pathetic. The open mic host was like, yeah, this guy, he's from Rochester, but he drove out here because he knows Buffalo's better, something like that. It's his first time. Show him some love. And then, so people actually paid attention. It was at Tudor Lounge, some bar.
Okay.
And yeah, it was embarrassing. And I was slurring my words and I was shaking. But people laughed. The one joke I remember was, I was like, hey, do you guys know that Zimbabwe is actually an abbreviation? It's short for Zim Robert Way.
I like that. It's funny.
Yeah.
That's
so
pretty
that was
cool.
my joke. I had some other jokes. That was the one short one I can remember.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So that was a while ago. That's so interesting that you said like you were kind of like, what's wrong with, why do I want to do this? You know, like what's wrong with me to like want to go on stage, I guess. And like,
yeah.
like,
well,
what do
I
you
didn't
mean by
necessarily
that?
think anything was wrong with me, but I was like, who do I think I am?
Yeah.
Or something.
That's how I felt too for years. Like I wanted to do it. I don't even know, probably like at least 13 years. But I was like, it would be every time I would be in between a job, I'd be like, I could try stand up. But I couldn't, just wouldn't be able to do it, I thought, because I'm just like very awkward, very shy. And then like my dad knew, but like I almost like didn't even want to tell anyone because I wanted to do it so bad. And I was like, if I tell people and I don't, I feel like if I tell people, I'm not going to do it. So I never told anyone except for my dad.
That's actually really smart. That's I've not done so many things just from saying it out loud.
Yeah, because like you get like the dopamine hit, I think, from saying it maybe. Like, and I didn't know that at the time, but I was like, I just know I can't talk about it to anyone. And I was embarrassed a little bit, but then my dad died and like that was like my biggest fear ever because he was like my best friend. And then I was like, okay, I'm like not as afraid to try anything now because like I got through that. So like I think I can get through anything. And but like family, like I did tell my family, and a lot of people close to me were like, you're crazy, you're a narcissist, like why would you want to do that? So then I like went to therapy and my therapist told me to do it, and she was like, you can go to an open mic at Creek in the Cave. And so I just,
nice.
because I've lived here for a long time, and I was like, okay. And then I just did that, and I like loved it. And I honestly, I don't even remember any of my jokes because I was so nervous. Like I kind of blacked out, and it was Dane's mic, I think like Dunk Tank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then, but I still loved it, and I was like, I just kept doing it. But I think it's really interesting that
was there a crowd there?
There was. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
cool.
I remember pretty much everybody in the audience. I remember Tim went up. And he did really good. It was before Timmy No Breaks, but it was like
pre-breaks.
Yeah, he was like just kind of riffing and like doing a bit about like his dad being disappointed in him, and he was really funny. I think Sam went up and Avery. I think they maybe I think they were sitting together at that point, but she like introduced herself to me and was like, she gave me a lot of like good information, was like, hey, you know, like things to watch out for or whatever. And I just kept going back to Creek. So like Creek has kind of been like the place where I'm like, I feel, even though like maybe I shouldn't feel comfortable there because it is a really nice place, I just like started comedy there. So I'm like, I just, every time I go there, I have a really good association with it. But
yeah, in retrospect, it's kind of weird, like the pressure we put on ourselves to start something when it's like in reality, it's like, who gives a fuck?
I know.
You know, it's just like, and also it's like, what if all the people that just want to start doing stand up randomly, like as a hobby, it's like there should be zero pressure. It's just like, I just started doing a new thing and it's not a big deal at all.
I think for me, like whenever I really, it's almost like the things that scare me the most have always been the things that like have brought me the most joy. So it could be just like resistance of like being happy too. I think.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm so scared of it, but why? It's like irrational, but then it's something that I really like. So I don't know. Like it's almost like anything that scares you, maybe you should do. I don't know. There's probably different things you shouldn't do that you're scared of too. But for me, that's like been a sign, I think, of like, oh, I should try this. But, and I'm so new, I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it's interesting that you said your dad was doing stand-up. Is he still doing stand-up?
Not really. He'll do
Okay.
it like here and there. Like when I come to visit, we'll like do a random open mic together or something like that.
Wow. Do you have like a similar style or joke writing or anything like that?
No, that was actually a joke I had. I was like, me and my
Yeah.
dad, we have completely different styles, but the one thing we have in common is neither of us have ever heard laughter from the stage.
Oh, that's not true. You're funny.
Oh,
I've
thanks.
seen you. I saw you on I think it was at Creek, and it's a good name for the show, and I can't remember it right now. But Adam Lucky, I think, runs it.
Oh, Filthy Show?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you at Filthy's show, and you did really good.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that show's, I guess, at Roscoe's now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. They all move around, it seems.
Yeah,
Or a lot
definitely.
Of them.
But yeah, my dad didn't start till he was like 58 years old, and he was like, I'm going to do stand up.
Wow.
And he was kind of like me, where he was like, he'd been wanting to try it forever. He's a writer, so he's like
Wow.
always writing shit, and then he would write jokes. And then being a deaf guy, it was just like weird. It's just like even weirder. Feels like there's more barriers in place. And
He's
it's like,
deaf?
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, when you show up to the mic, like it's just like weird. I could just imagine it's probably weird. Like
Yeah.
even just navigating like the sign up when you're
Wow.
nervous and you can't even really communicate with people, or if
Yeah.
you try to, it's kind of awkward. But yeah, then he started doing it, and then I started going out to support him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the seed was already planted before that, but then when I actually was going to the open mics in Rochester and seeing everybody else who did it, I was like, this is the furthest thing from serious. Like, this is
Yeah.
the furthest thing from something I should really like be worried about. Just, just an open mic scene in general. I'm like,
It
what
gave
am I,
you that
what am I
perspective.
scared of?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So your dad, like, was he always deaf, or did he like become deaf later in life?
No, he actually lost his hearing like as a teenager,
Wow.
and they don't really know how.
Okay.
But the leading theory is that he had mercury poisoning.
Whoa.
And when his older brother went to college, he left, some of his belongings in his bedroom, and then my dad was taking over the bigger bedroom in
Okay.
his absence. And I guess there was some mercury there, and then it like touched his skin and potentially could have led to hearing loss, but that's not
Whoa.
like definite.
Okay.
It's just like something they think might have happened. Sometimes people just randomly lose their hearing when they're 13.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's so interesting. So he knew, like, because when you were saying he was doing stand-up, I mean, that must be an interesting experience of like being able to hear and then not being able to hear anymore. I wonder if that like led him to want to write, or was he already a writer? Was he already writing before that?
Probably not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in school or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he lost his hearing, then he got really into photography, because
Okay.
then he would like take pictures of the sports teams at school or something, and that was a way for him to like be involved in what was going
Wow.
on at school. Because otherwise, there's like no other deaf kids, no one knows sign language, and no one can really communicate with you. So when you show up to school, you're kind of like, okay, I can't talk to anybody else, and
That must have been so hard.
yeah, it's kind of like hard to imagine.
I feel like that would be super difficult, but also amazing that like he has like creative outlets. Does he like read lips pretty good, or does he?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really though. It's like reading lips is like, it's weird because some people enunciate well and then you can read their lips,
Oh, okay.
but other people are just mumbling. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like from person to person, you're just like kind of guessing, and
Okay.
it's not going to be accurate a lot of the time.
Okay, but he knows sign language.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, where was your dad from originally?
New Jersey.
Okay, so
Westfield, New Jersey.
because you might not know this, but Rochester has like one of the highest deaf populations in the country.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
did he go there?
Yeah, he went to NTID. Yeah, that's what led him to Rochester. That's where he met my mom at Rochester Institute of Technology. They have the second largest deaf college in the country.
Okay, is your mom deaf also?
She's hard of hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you must know how to sign pretty good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like another language completely, I'm sure. Like I know a few things because I used to be a preschool teacher, and we would like a lot of our songs we would sign, and so like some of the, and also like the kids I worked with were so young, a lot of them like couldn't really talk yet, so they would sign like their whatever they wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if they wanted to eat more or like do things like and they couldn't talk, they would like be signing. So I know like a tiny bit. But that is really interesting, and that's cool that your dad is doing stand up. So is your mom funny too?
Yeah, my mom's
Okay.
pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah. She'll have the types of jokes where like she'll be like super hilarious, but then it's like, did she even intend to be funny? I don't know.
Okay.
And then she'll always just play it off like she did anyways.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty funny, yeah.
That is, so she's just like naturally funny.
Yeah.
Nice. So how long were you doing stand up in Rochester before you moved here?
I moved here in like 2020, the end of 2022, I think.
Okay.
So like 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the scene in Austin's different from Rochester?
It's pretty interesting. Like the scene in Rochester is good. Like any small city, it's like the population's like 250,000 people. So any city like that, I think, is better to start in because first of all, it's low pressure. You're not surrounded by like 900 people that are intending on becoming famous and making a career out of it.
That makes
You're just surrounded by people that are doing it, some for fun and then just for a bunch of different reasons.
Okay.
Like not everyone's like super serious and there's not a lot of competition. And also the most important thing I think about the smaller scene, or the advantage of starting in a smaller scene, is like the open mic schedule, like on a week to week basis, will actually have real crowds like semi consistently.
That is nice.
So like every single week, even if you're not ready to be booked or getting booked, you can still try out your jokes in front of real audience members. And here it's different because like as an audience member, why the fuck would you ever watch an open mic? Like, and when people do, the comics are like, holy fuck.
It is mind blowing.
There's
You're
an
like,
audience
that's a
member?
real person.
Yeah, because
Why are they here?
there's 38 actual shows they could
Yeah.
go to with like lineups that are booked with good comics for not that expensive. So when you think about like how you're like a normal person's going to spend their time, it's just like they have that option. Why would they ever watch? I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
I always wonder too. I'm like, maybe they want to do it too eventually,
Yeah.
but I never know. I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're there early and a show's starting later, but I've noticed sometimes at Creek, like if you go to an open mic after a show, then some people like linger.
Yeah.
But then it's like a late open mic. But I feel like it is rare to have an actual audience. That is cool. Yeah. Everyone tells me that. They're like, it's good to start in like a smaller place. I'm like, shit. Like I had no option because I didn't want to move because I like Austin. I've been here for like 12 years. So I was like, I just got to start here. But I didn't even know that when I first started either. Like I'm still learning stuff. I'm still like an idiot when it comes to a lot of things. Like getting like somebody got passed at the mothership and I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, really?
I thought it just meant like they were going to be a door guy or something. And so like just little things like that where I'm like, oh, like I don't know anything. So
yeah, all that bullshit I learned from like when I started, I was like listening to just 9 million podcasts of comedians.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
then Yeah.
That is smart. I like never
Or like
listen
reading
to
a couple
podcasts
books
anymore.
here and there.
You did? Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
read any comedy books. Like I should do that. And then I used to listen to podcasts a lot, but now that I have one, I like don't really listen to them anymore. But I should probably still. But
Yeah, you're probably sick of it. Well, do you listen to your own?
I try to. I mean, I do because I look for clips in them usually,
Yeah.
and Phil helps me too. But like, yeah, I do try to listen back, and there's so many things like I find myself doing. Like I just said, like just now, but like and again, I say that all the fucking time, and I'll go back and listen, and then it's just a million likes in a row.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was in Spain like a couple years ago, and the taxi driver was like, "Are you from California?" And I was like, "No, I'm from Texas." And before that, I was from Maine, but I just probably sound like a Valley girl in some ways. So that's something I'm working on. But
Wait, in Spain, he thought you're from California?
mhm.
Well, also, it's like, how many people has he really met from California? He has some like weird idea of. I mean, he probably is
Yeah.
like, oh, blonde, attractive, California.
Yeah, that's probably it. And then when I told him Texas, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It was like when when that
Like
law
it was
got
like an
passed.
insult to say that.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're from there. Like, I'm sorry you live there." And I was like, "Yeah, I do." But no, I like Austin. I think it's a fun city. I feel like everyone here is like very nice for the most part. Do you feel like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, definitely.
But Rochester people seem nice there too. I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
But here it's a vibe of like I go to a store, the person's usually nice. Like I don't have like a lot of negative interactions with people, but when I lived in Maine, it was like kind of more of like a Boston vibe where in public, like people
Okay.
just yell at you randomly.
Where in Maine?
I'm from northern Maine. And then like I lived in southern Maine for a while too, which was like an hour away from Boston. It was just kind of, I think the weather's harder there and the people are just tougher.
Oh, really? Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like Boston, you said?
Yeah, just a little more.
Yeah, I
like,
always want to
rough.
go to Maine because my family's from Portland, or like whenever my family first came here from England,
No
like a million
way.
years ago, they were in Maine for like a couple hundred years before
What? That's so
dispersing.
cool.
And there's like a old ass ice cream shop in Portland, Maine called
Uh-huh.
Willard's Scoops.
That's okay. I think I've probably been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In
I,
Portland?
Yeah, I lived in Portland for 2 years.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like you'll have to, or I'll look it up and see if I've been there.
Yeah,
But that's so
it's
cool.
been there for like a million years, and then it was like in the Willard family for generations, and then some random guy just bought it recently, I guess.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because my uncle went there and got me a Willard Scoops shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've never been though.
No.
You've got to go. It's so pretty, and like you would like it probably any season because like you're used to cold weather. In the winter, there's so many good
I'm really
restaurants.
not used to it though. Like I went through 7 million winters in Rochester,
Yeah.
but then it's like I get used to the warmth, and then
Okay.
I go back to cold, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, yeah, then go in the summer then because it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And you can go to the ice cream shop, and there's I don't know if you like beer, but there's a lot of really good beer there, like
Mhm.
breweries, and I've heard there's like the most restaurants per capita in like the U.S. in Portland.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like I might have been there. I probably walked by it. What
You
street
walked
is it
by and you were
on?
like, ew, disgusting.
No, I love ice cream. I used to work at an
Yeah,
ice
that
cream
logo,
shop.
that's the t-shirt I have. Pretty cool.
That's so cool. Yeah, you'll have to go.
I'm gonna pull up.
I want to take Phil.
It's hard to think of Maine without thinking of Stephen King.
Yeah, I'm from a town 3 hours north of where he grew up.
Oh, really?
Yep. My sister saw him once at the movies in the town that
Oh, really?
she went to college and that he's from.
He has some wild opinions. Like he'll just like say he's not afraid to share his opinion on the internet. Like he'll
Oh,
just,
really?
Yeah, he'll just get I mean, he hates Donald Trump so much and
He
just
does.
is nonstop like fuck this guy.
Wow, that's funny.
It's pretty funny to see.
Like on Twitter.
Yeah, on
Okay.
Twitter, yeah.
I don't have
He's-
Twitter.
Oh, really?
I
He's
didn't know.
also he posted on Threads too. I don't know if you use
Oh,
Threads.
he does? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to follow him. Yeah, I don't follow him, but I like some of his movies. Like, I've seen some of his movies. I've never read any of the books. I guess
Yeah,
they're
me
not
neither.
really his movies, but they're like based on his books. But like The Green Mile, have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's like really good one.
That's a great movie.
I don't really like scary stuff, but I liked that. I'm trying to think of what else.
Yeah, most of his shit's scary.
Yeah,
He has that one show, 11/22/63. You ever seen that?
No.
It's like a Hulu show with James Franco, and they go back in time to try to stop JFK from being assassinated.
No way. That sounds cool.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because it's like, why would this be the thing that's gonna, like, any one thing you could fix, it's not gonna predict the country being better.
That's true.
But it's still a good show.
That's very interesting. Are you religious at all?
Not really.
Yeah. Is your family or no?
No. I went to church literally once in my life with my buddy.
Okay.
His mother was like scary religious.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like she might have killed somebody.
Yeah,
for
she
God.
she
If
would.
God asked.
Yeah, God. She's like, yeah.
God's not asking, but if he did, she'd be like, fuck.
She's waiting. Yeah. We didn't, like, my family wasn't religious. My dad grew up like Roman Catholic. My mom was like Southern Baptist as kids, and they both like didn't really love it. So we had like Christian values, I guess, and like we would pray before we ate and stuff, but we never went to church. I went to church with a friend once, and then they passed out communion, like a wafer.
Yeah.
And then I ate it before I was supposed to, and then I got shamed by like her
Really?
family. And I was like, I don't like this place. Fuck all y'all. I don't want to.
What did they say when they shamed you?
They were like, you can't. Well, I guess they weren't really shaming me, but they were just like surprised that I did it, and they were like, you can't do that. Like, it's not time. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And like, it just seemed weird, and I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to do that.
Kind of culty.
Yeah, very culty. Where I was just like,
That's the body of Christ.
yeah, I think so.
And then did you have the blood of Christ too? And that
I think they did give me wine. I don't remember.
What is the purpose of that? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah,
I
why are we
never
pretending
looked
to
into
be
it enough.
cannibals? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like,
it's only cannibalism's only chill when it's Jesus's body.
yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. I have never read the Bible, like, but I definitely, like, I believe in a higher power, and I don't know. I've done like mushrooms and stuff. So there, like, during a couple trips, I've had like, I don't know, like realizations or whatever, but like, I feel like
What kind of realization?
So I've only done them probably 3 times. The first time I did them, it's always been different, but like the first time I did them, I thought it was going to be like a party thing, and I had all these random.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad was like out of town for a work trip, and I had all these random guys at my house that I didn't know that very well, except for one of my friends, and we all took mushrooms, and then I like went around the room, and I was like, fuck you, you're weird. Go fuck yourself. I was like, I was like mad at them for no reason. And then my friend, I was like, I like you. You're good. And that time,
How much did you take?
I probably like an eighth, maybe.
Oh, really?
Like, I think I took
like
a
a
lot.
shit ton.
Mm-hmm. And then I just like kicked them out of my house, and I was like, realized like these people are weird. Like, I shouldn't be associating with sketchy people like that. And I moved to Portland after that, because I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of this small town. Like, these people are like, not that they're bad, but like they just weren't.
You just like you never felt anything negatively towards them, but then on mushrooms all of a sudden you were just like, the vibes were ass.
I just realized, I was like, I can't trust any of y'all. Like, I don't know you.
Once you became sober, like the next day, were you like, that was right?
Yeah.
Still?
I still felt that way, because they were kind of like, not all of them, but like some of them are kind of creepy, and like,
yeah,
like I don't know. I think it was just like, I always felt safe because I was like always hanging around my friend that I trusted, but if he wasn't there, like, I wouldn't want to be around them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, they just didn't really seem like the best people. But yeah, after that, I was like, I got to get the hell out of this town. And then I did. But later in life, did them again. And this time, like, was crazy because I saw like my higher self, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was like a geometric like face smiling. Mm-hmm. And like I had like different shapes for my eyes or my mouth. I don't know what shape it was, but it was like a crazy looking thing. And my nose was like a triangle, and it was the biggest part of my face. And because like I've always had a bigger nose, I've had a nose job since that. But I was like, really, my higher self has a big nose. I was like, that's just who I am. But I thought it was funny, and I was like later on, I thought about it more, and I was like, I'm still gonna get a nose job, because if I have that in every lifetime, if I'm always gonna have a big nose, like in this lifetime, I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But
I need to get a nose job.
No, men, I think it's cool on men, and not that, and it's cool on women too. But for me personally, like, I just didn't like my nose, and my dad also like didn't like his nose, my grandparents, and I was like, I'm just doing it because you never know. My next lifetime, it'll probably be bigger because I changed it in this lifetime. But
yeah, it'll compensate. God will be like, okay, give her a giant nose now.
Yeah.
To make up for her trying to resist.
Probably. I mean, I probably did it my last lifetime too, and it just keeps getting bigger. But I don't know. I feel like that was cool though, because I also realized like my sister and I have always had kind of like not a difficult relationship, but like I've always judged her really hard and I've always like wanted her to be more like me. And during that trip, I like realized like how mean I had been to her, and I was like, it just gave me a good perspective of like, oh, I need to like treat her better and not try to like change her and just like accept her for who she is. So like that helped me a lot too. And since that trip, I feel like we've had a better relationship where I'm just nicer and like
That time going into it, were you like, oh, I'm gonna like, because now you knew what you were getting into, you were like very intentional about it when you were taking it, like I'm gonna actually try to have some experience like that, or
kind of, I think I knew kind of more what I signed up for, but like I didn't really have an intention going into it. But I did feel like I died kind of like like I think I had like a little bit of an ego death, like to be able to like look outside of myself from a different perspective. Like I was like looking at myself, like just, you know, the way you look at other people kind of. And like, it was really helpful for me, but I was scared too, because like, it was like every time I take them, like I have the thought of like, I'm going to die. Like every time it like starts kicking in, I'm like, I'm going to die. And then it kind of just showed me like all of my attachments and like the things I care about. And my sister's like one of them, but it was helpful. And I also had just gotten into the Bhagavad Gita, where it's like this old Hindu book. I don't know if you've heard of it,
no?
but it's like, it's kind of, it's really cool. It's like, I wouldn't say it's a Bible or anything. It's kind of just like this guy's journey. But I had that like laying near me, and like that, when I was scared, I started reading it, and like I felt like I got really connected with that book after that experience, where it was just like all the stuff like that I was reading, I was like, yes, that makes sense. So that was really impactful, and I feel like connected to Krishna, which is like the god of that book, and I've kind of just kept that with me, and it helps me a lot when I'm scared, like in dreams especially. Like,
Oh, really? Do you recommend it?
oh yeah, it's so good. Like it's I don't have a big background with religion, so like some people probably would be turned off by the idea of reading something like that, but for me, like I never had to read the Bible. I never was like forced religion, so it's just kind of like an interesting thing. It's
Yeah.
super, it's like thousands of years old too. It's like a really old book.
Does it talk about meditation?
Yep.
Nice.
It's like every chapter is kind of like a new thing you can do, and it helped me a lot too when my dad was dying, because I watched my dad die from cancer, and so like during like that, I was like able to kind of, I just have like these ideas about life and death that weren't so bleak and like sad, I guess.
Yeah.
Where I was like there's a chap or a part of that book that's like, you can never be, I probably can't quote it right now, but basically like you never actually die, because like your soul never dies. And so
Right.
it's like when somebody dies, that they're just leaving their body, which is like clothes, to acquire like new clothes and like go on to their next life. And so it's kind of like reincarnation is an idea in it. And I've heard that Christianity used to believe in reincarnation like a long time ago, and some king like took it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, because if you think like the things you do in this lifetime are going to affect your next lifetime, I think you're probably going to be a better person.
Yeah.
Know?
Okay. So what? Just using religion to manipulate. The king wanted to use it to manipulate people better. Or?
Yeah, like if you he kind of, this could be wrong, but I think if it's like, you know, you go to heaven if you donate to the church, you know, or like you go to heaven based on like, you know, listening to like us, and if you don't, you go to hell. Like it's not like, it's like good or bad, black or white, and it's, you know, not believing that you come back is kind of like, I think it makes it easier to just kill kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just,
and meanwhile, that's what they're doing. And they're like, you guys shouldn't kill kids, but we need to actually, because God said it's chill for us.
Yeah. It just seems like a way to control the masses. And like, also, I think in ancient Egypt, like they used to believe that when you died, your soul would be weighed against a feather. And then like, if your soul was lighter than a feather, then you would like go on to like, you know, a better afterlife. So basically like you know, a similar idea, I guess, to reincarnation. And then they changed it. Like a new religious like sect came in, and then they changed it from that to you'll go to heaven based on how many like dolls you buy. these dolls
Oh,
that
really?
the church was selling to
Labubus?
people. Yeah, basically Labubus. Like, so I don't know.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I just think like for me personally, I'm like, I think, I have instant karma. So anytime I do anything bad, I get my karma like right away.
Oh, really?
Ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, I do
So-
kind of believe in stuff like that. Like, I've been meditating a lot more recently.
You have? That's really good.
And like in the absence of religion, it's really just mindfulness. You're just like watching your own thoughts, but like dissociating like from them, like breaking the illusion of the identification with your thoughts.
I love that.
Because I don't know, I think most people feel like this, but I feel when I'm thinking, I'm like, that's me thinking this.
Right.
Like I'm narrating what's happening right now.
Yes.
But like the longer you meditate and just actually watch what's happening, thoughts are just appearing in your head, but you have zero choice
Yeah.
of those thoughts.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I start doing that, I'm like, when you really start to like get an inkling of like the feeling of that reality, then you do feel like, oh, maybe this is all connected in a different way. I'm not just some like narrator. I'm like just like a animal.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. When did you start getting into meditation?
A long time ago, but I'm always like, it's funny with meditating. It's like most people that try it either get into it or like either intellectually curious or they're like in pain.
Yeah.
And for me, I started getting into meditation like a lot more because I was like in pain all the time.
Why?
I have chest pain from for like the last 13 years, like pretty much every day.
Really?
Yeah. And it was just like this psychological, like psychosomatic pain disorder that I had.
Wow.
But yeah, like the only way to cope with it is to stop identifying with the thoughts about it, because with like pain, if you're like actually experiencing reality in the present moment, like you're not going to suffer.
Yeah.
Because
that's a really good
if
point.
you really pay attention, all of the suffering has to do with like, I would have thoughts like, I can't believe this happened to me. Like, how did I end up in this situation?
Right.
And then you're regretting the things that like led to that.
Yeah.
And then thinking of future things like, oh, I'm going to do this later, but I'm just going to be in pain, so it's not going to be good anyways.
Whoa.
So really it's just like this tug of war between past and present thoughts about the situation.
For sure.
As opposed to just living in the present moment, like with reality, it's like not bad.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
just pain is just like a sensation.
I love that. That's like a really interesting way to think about it. So you've never listened to like Ram Dass or anything like that?
A little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
I always hear people talk about Ram Dass. I haven't
Because
really
that's
gotten
super
into him.
like, I feel like you saying that, I was like, I feel like I've heard a similar idea. I feel like you might like him because he talks a lot about pain and like the way that you can like think about it, like switching like your perception of it, and also like living in like, past or the present versus like in the moment. Like that causes a lot of suffering,
Yeah.
like almost.
It's literally all suffering.
Yeah. All suffering kind of is just like regret
Thoughts.
or like, anxiety about the future, anxiety about the past, or regret about the past. So I definitely like struggle with all those things, and I want to meditate more. I have like gone through periods where I will, and then like I kind of just forget about it, and I don't know why. Like,
well, that's what, like, it's funny, like I'll do it for a long period of time and then I'll feel all the benefits and then just be like, I don't need to do that anymore.
yeah.
And then life catches up to you and then you're like, holy shit, like my brain is a scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Because I've been neglecting like basic stuff like meditation. To me, it's like when I'm actually living life the way I think I should be, it's like mandatory.
Yeah. I think that's a really good way to think of it. I need to
like
work on that.
Meditation, it's like, it's like exercise for
sure.
your brain, but it's actually the opposite of exercise. Like for your body, like physical exercise is like movement and all these like workouts, but for your brain, it's like actually doing nothing. Like you're doing less.
And it's like it's really good for your brain too, I think. I feel like I've read studies on it and like
pull up that study.
There's some study on it. I don't know. There's multiple.
No, yeah, I've seen a few of those where they'll be like they'll follow some people that meditate and follow some that don't, and then their brains are in better health or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's so interesting. So the chest pain, it just happened randomly?
No, I didn't do drugs like in my teen years, like for a long time, like because I just, my sister was older than I was, so
Yeah.
she would like dabble with like drinking or something like that, or
Okay.
weed.
Yeah.
And then I would see her and just wanted to be different.
Sorry, just wanted to put this up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers that question.
Sorry to interrupt.
But yeah, my sister, I just want to be different from her, like any little brother probably does a lot of the time. So
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to do that. And plus I was like, thought of myself as an athlete in some sense. So I was like, I don't want to like fuck up my body or my
Okay.
brain. But then, I turned 18 or something. I'm like just graduating from high school or about to graduate. And then finally I was like, I'll try this stuff.
Okay.
And then I obviously liked it a lot, like weed and alcohol. So I
Yeah.
liked it a lot. And then I just like, they say it's a gateway drug. I just tried like everything, like
Okay.
immediately as a teenager,
Yep.
like to the point where I was just like doing coke. And then I was like, this is good. I'm invincible. I could just do this forever.
Yeah.
And then I did it for days at a time and had like a reaction, something like in retrospect that I thought was like a cardiac event where my heart was like stopping and starting in my chest.
Oh, wow.
I was like going like this and I was like starting to panic and I was really scared. And I was like, it's
Yeah.
literally not beating. And then it would be like really hard and then it would stop. And it
Whoa.
was terrifying. And I was like, what have I done? But then, the next day it had kind of gone away.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, I'm normal again. So I just did more drugs.
Okay. Okay.
And then it happened again. And then that time I actually went to the emergency room.
Yeah.
And I was there. And then they gave me like a nitro like pill thing you put under your tongue for like people with like a heart attack or something.
Whoa.
So I felt better like immediately. And then I actually ended up leaving.
Okay.
And then I left. And then I went like back to the party that I was at, which is
Oh,
insane.
no,
But I
yeah.
didn't do drugs again because at that point I was just like so frazzled.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But then like, the pain started to come back a little bit, but not fully to the point where I was like, oh, I need to get back to the emergency room. But the pain just came back. And this was like New Year's Day, 2011.
Okay.
And then I've just had pain every day since.
Damn. And they don't know why exactly.
Well, in retrospect, like a lot of so with a pain disorder like that, it's like the connection, the neural pathway between this area of my body and my brain are kind of like burned open.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So in retrospect, like if I knew everything I knew now, I could have reacted differently to
Okay.
the situation. Like if I wasn't resisting it so much, then I wouldn't have been feeding it. That's the thing about pain is like when you resist it, it's actually growing stronger in the face of that resistance, which is so
Okay.
annoying that the brain works this way because it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like
right?
the universe works like that too.
Yeah, it's like actually, well, it's weird. That's how the brain's set up. It's like my natural instinct is to resist this pain because I don't like it, and it's going to get worse. But like, where's the sense in that? I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But that's how the brain works, I guess. So yeah, in
Yeah.
retrospect, like that's where meditation comes in. Is you actually are watching the resistance take place,
Yep.
and you're actually feeling the pain worsen with the resistance. So you step outside of this cycle and see what's happening, and then make the choice, or not even necessarily choice, but once you see it,
Yeah.
you just automatically stop feeding into that loop because it doesn't make any sense.
Wow. That's
And it's
so
something
cool.
that's happening without your thoughts. It's just a fear reaction.
Yeah.
So I think I just was like feeding that loop for so many years that the connection between my brain and my chest pain is like burned open.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just stuck with permanent pain in my chest.
Damn. And when you meditate, you kind of observe it from a
Yeah.
different part, like not from outside of yourself a little. And do you feel like it does help when you're meditating with the pain, or?
Yeah, it helps a lot because you realize what I said earlier is that the suffering comes from the thoughts about it, not the pain itself.
Wow.
So when you're experiencing it in the present moment for what it is, it's actually not bad.
Okay. That's so interesting because
Sorry, interjection. Have you ever tried to get hypnotized?
No, I actually thought about it many times, so it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
you should try but I feel like you should bring somebody with you.
You
who
think so?
observes in case it's a bad person. I'm always scared.
Yeah.
I've never been hypnotized, but I'm always scared they're gonna like tell me something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would always want somebody like watching them.
Yeah, I know. Well, I went to a medium before, and I
Oh, cool.
thought she was fake afterwards because she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna hit up your dead boy," and we're like, "All right, put him on the horn."
Whoa.
And then we were chatting it up with him, and I was like, "I don't think this is him."
Damn. Yeah. I know. That stuff is weird where it's like I have somebody I think is pretty good, but I have my mom's I had her one my mom got me like a gift of like her lady once, and I was like, there's something not right about that lady. But
with hypnotism, I'm like,
know.
I'm definitely open to trying it because I've heard enough people say they had positive experiences with it. So I'm like, is it real? Maybe. And I like at times been just suffering so much that I would try anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like, I'm a skeptic and this is maybe fake, but I'm desperate. So let's see if it works.
Wow.
I think it would be great if you went to a hypnotist and they like got you into your like hypnotized state and they're like, all right, you're just gonna have like one huge burp and your chest pain's gonna be gone. And like, I don't know, then it works.
My dad did it once to quit
That
smoking.
would be sick. Yeah, because it really is like there is some flip that could potentially be switched that I just don't have access to.
Yeah.
Because the brain doesn't make sense.
That would be really cool. You should try.
Yeah.
There's probably good ones in Austin.
What if I went to one and then I was like, Phil said you said I could just burp.
Oh my God. That's what Phil would do if he was a hypnotist, I feel.
He's like, all right, you're going to want to take a huge shit.
Yeah.
And you're not going to care about your brother dying anymore.
Yeah.
You're also not going to care that if it's in your pants. You're going to take a huge shit and you're not going to care that you're wearing pants when you do it.
Because you're liberated, sir.
Yeah.
That'll be $7,000.
Rob Dyrdek credits all of his success to hypnotism.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was hypnotized.
In his skateboarding career or after?
Pre-Rob and Big, everything. He was
Okay.
hypnotized for success.
Wow. Maybe I should try. I like that.
Well,
I
Dyrdek
didn't-
is beast.
I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about skateboarding, but you're a skateboarder,
Yeah.
right?
You never heard of Rob Dyrdek? He's like one of the few skateboarders that was considered like a real celebrity outside of skateboarding. He has the show
Really?
Ridiculousness.
I've never
MTV?
seen.
I can add some context. She wasn't allowed to watch MTV.
Oh.
Yeah, it got blocked on my TV because one time my dad came home and I was watching a music video of Offspring. I think it was like "Give It to Me, Baby" was the song, and I was like dancing. And after that he didn't really say anything, and then I just like went to put on MTV. It was gone. I was like, "Fuck."
That's
yeah.
a beast move. He
Yeah.
He just looked at the TV like, huh.
Yeah, he was like, "This is what you're watching," and then he just blocked.
He's like,
it.
no, carry on, and then just immediately gets on the horn with the cable company. Like,
Yeah,
block.
I don't know. I don't even know how he did it. I mean, I think there was a password. Eventually, I figured out his password.
Oh,
and
really?
then he changed it. But yeah, I still had like Comedy Central and VH1, so I'd still watch.
Okay,
Like, some
you didn't have
music
HBO
videos.
though. That's what
I didn't
parents
have
really got to
HBO.
block back in the day.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
They had this show called Real Sex.
Oh yeah. I think I've
remember
seen
that?
that like as an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I didn't have that as a kid.
Which one did you see?
I think it was like an interview, maybe. Maybe it's not the same thing.
Okay. Real Sex was like the one I remember. They would just like go off the beaten path and different like sexual stories. Like one of them that I remember the most was they went to this black box theater where they were doing this show called Puppetry of the Penis.
Oh wow.
And these guys would just like mash their dicks into different shapes and be like, it's a dragon.
Oh my god.
And the
that's
audience would be like,
crazy.
oh my God. Or they would be like, it's a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And then they would just like do all different types of shapes. And
Damn. That's hilarious. So you were just like a kid watching that?
yeah, I was like 11. Like,
Yeah.
it does look like a cheeseburger. That's
Yeah.
sick.
That's so funny. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was definitely not innocent. Like I used to watch South Park when I was like 6 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I would watch The Man Show after that. So like
Oh, shit.
only at my friend's house because her parents had a TV in a room like that was far enough away from their bedroom that we could like sneak down and like watch it. And so I feel like I was not sure what I was watching, but I was like, oh, this seems cool. And then I watched porn when I was like super young too, like way too young. But
Really? Why?
I
On
don't
accident?
know. Well, my sister was older, and so her friends like I think they Googled boobs or something, and then that just like brought porn on the computer, and then we
Yeah.
acted like it was a pop up, and then we were like, our family was like, oh no, like they like felt bad for us.
Oh, when they saw the search history.
Yeah, well, so I don't even know if they looked, but we just like felt guilty and then told them that it popped up on the computer and they like believed us. But and then after that, I don't know, I think I was just like curious and I would just like look things up and like I don't know, I've just always been probably like, I think that's normal because when I was a teacher we had to take a class on like human sexuality, and kids are like like you have to like, you should never like let your kid have a sleepover or anything like that because like they're just weird.
Right.
Even with each other, even if they've had no trauma. Like when I was a kid, one time I played truth or dare and like I got dared to like kiss another kid, like not on the mouth.
Oh, really?
And
on the cheek.
Nope. And I did it, and then like I knew it was wrong, but like I was so young, like I didn't understand what I did, but I knew it was bad, and like that guilt, like just like I felt like I had so much guilt as a child where I was, because I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know why. But it's normal, I guess. Like I would have never known it was normal. But like I think most people, their first sexual experiences are when they're kids with other kids.
Oh yeah,
like super
probably
common.
probably a decent percentage of people, I guess.
I know, and maybe they don't remember, but like, and I remember too. I had a friend, she had younger siblings, and like at daycare, her brother did something really weird with another little boy, and like the teachers were just like, "Yep, this happened," you know. But nothing.
Oh, they like wait, like the teachers saw it.
Yeah, well, they split it up, but like they just do weird things.
Yeah, totally.
Like so, you just like if you have kids, you should always supervise them because like they'll just do weird shit.
Yeah, especially like a sleepover for like kids like that are younger than like 13 is kind of like, all right, relax.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like and it wasn't like I did it every time we had a sleepover, but I think it was like one time. But like, I think my mom and my dad, they were just like, they grew up like 60s, 70s, and they didn't like limit really screen time. They weren't like concerned with what we were doing, you know.
Until he saw the
just
Offspring.
MTV. Yeah, like he would block channels, but like that was it. Like
yeah.
But I don't know. I think
can't have Rob Dyrdek poisoning your brain.
Yeah, I guess so. I missed out on that. I used to watch Jerry Springer a lot, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'd come home from school and put that on.
Damn. That was actually a good show.
It was really good.
Yeah. The thing I like about that show is, like, I like when something will happen on a show and they're just like, oh, this is just what it is now. This is just what it's about, because the show is just, like, not really what it became. But then they just had a segment that was like that, and it was, like, the most popular episode. And they were like, that's just the whole show now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Where it's like they're not trying to do anything other than get ratings. So the show will just morph into whatever is convenient for ratings. So it's just like that's what the people wanted.
For sure.
It was like Jerry Springer. I think he was a politician or something.
Oh really?
And there was just going to be like a normal horseshit talk show.
Damn.
But then like someone came on and was like raunchy or fought, and the audience was like, just only do that, and they were like, okay.
Whoa! I had no idea. I would just consume it and be like, wow, this is cool.
This is very educational.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's funny. I feel like kids nowadays, like, probably are more, their parents are probably more aware maybe of what they watch, but.
Really? You think so?
I don't know. Maybe not. But everyone has an iPad. I don't know. Maybe it's worse.
I think it's way worse now.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the parents, but like, it feels like across the board, like, kids are just doing whatever the fuck they want on the internet.
Yeah, I guess in the internet, but like not outside of the house. Like they're not allowed to go places by themselves. But yeah, you're right. It probably is worse.
Yeah.
There's probably.
As a 6-year-old, like I'd rather get kidnapped than accidentally watch like Two Girls, One Cup or something like that.
I know. Yeah, I also saw that. I was older. But
that was so annoying.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I'm like 13, and my buddy's like, "No, you have to watch this."
Yeah.
Really? Why?
So my friend also showed me, and then I in my head was like, this isn't real, but it probably was. But we showed her grandpa.
Oh my God.
We were like, because he was like, he was really cool. Like just this, like he was hilarious actually, but he he would have like, is it HBO or I don't know. It was like his TV would show what he was recording.
Yeah.
For future stuff, or like. If you're watching TV, you could see what, like, a pop-up would come up and be like, recording now. So, like, we knew he watched, like, inappropriate stuff. And so, she was like, Grampy, there's something on the computer, and like he like went over and he was watching it, and then he was like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah, he was like I'll record some porn here and there.
Yeah.
But I draw the line at shitting in a cup and eating
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, he didn't know. Like, I think at first he was like gonna watch it. We were like watching him like from the other room. He was like locked in at first.
You know what's
it's
funny
like-
is like that might have been more impactful for him than like you guys. Because you guys are just like, you know, developing brain, like adjusting to what's on the internet. Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy, but it's the internet. Like, we're already kind of have a general sense of how
Yeah.
crazy the shit is. But for him, he's like, kids just showed me this.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, what the hell?
This is probably, and he hasn't seen anything like it. And the first time he's watching it, maybe is children showing him. He's like, it's like changing his outlook on the world in a way. Maybe.
Yeah, he was
He's
probably.
like, what is this shit? And then just bookmarks it.
Yeah. No, he was crazy. He was funny. Also,
Shout out to
Meat
him.
Spin. Do you remember?
Meat spin's
that
not
ever-
as bad, yeah.
That's
That's
still
just
though.
normal,
Yeah.
just a soft man riding a dick.
Yeah,
The
that was
first
crazy
one-
though.
The first one of those like shock videos I was shown was One Man, One Jar.
Oh, you
I
watched
haven't
that
seen that.
before the other ones?
Before, I don't think I've ever seen Two
One
Girls,
Man, One
Cup.
Jar is
Yeah.
maybe the worst or one of the worst.
I think
I've never seen
I think
it.
I was like 11 or 12 years old when I watched that for the first time.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember Jeremiah Watkins bringing that up recently in Stand Up on the Spot, where it's like somehow something someone said reminded him of that, and then
Okay.
he's like describing it, and what it is basically a guy fucks up like a mason jar, and it breaks in his ass,
Ah.
and then he's pulling the glass out of his ass.
Ew.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. And then I was like watching, I was like, I forgot all about it, and then I
Yeah.
just see Jeremiah like talking about it on Stand Up on the Spot, and I'm like,
Damn.
well, that is funny.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. He did that. I don't know. I think a lot of emergency room visits are people putting things in their asses.
Yeah, it happened to a buddy of mine actually.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, I was like, yeah, you must have been like a teenager, right, when that happened?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, no, I was like 38.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the vibrator or dildo gets a little too deep, and then it's past the point of fishing it out, and they literally have to sometimes cut you open up here to get it out.
Oh my god, that's so wild. Yeah, you have to. You shouldn't do that. You gotta get things that are made for the ass. 'cause
Yeah,
if you're-
you got to put like a string on the end of it, or
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can fish it out.
get things that are tested and proved for your ass. I don't like.
Did
You
you
just
ever
order it?
hear that book, Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk?
No.
Oh, he has like a story that's similar to that. He's the guy that
Really?
wrote Fight Club.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a book.
Oh yeah,
I don't read books.
that one's crazy because he wrote the book and it was like the movie came out like within a year.
No
Like,
way.
yeah.
Wow.
It was weird, but Haunted was like an anthology of like scary stories that he wrote, and one of them's literally about some kid in a pool who's like likes putting his ass up against like the suction like hole thing,
Oh no.
and it like he's just doing it periodically, and like
Yeah.
it's a like first person account of like how he's enjoying it and stuff, and then it
Damn.
like sucks his intestines out of his body through his ass.
Oh my god.
And then what happens is then he goes to the hospital, obviously, and then when they repair him, it's basically like he's ended up with a gastric sleeve scenario.
Damn.
But he wasn't obese, so he's just like a random skinny kid with a gastric sleeve, so he can't like eat.
Damn.
And any like he'll try to eat something and instantly shit. And then that's the
Damn.
story that he decided was entertainment. But
Yeah, so don't play with your ass.
No.
Unless you know what you're doing.
yeah, don't be fucking gay. It's dangerous.
Oh my god. That is so crazy.
I was waiting for there to be a paranormal element of that.
Yeah, no.
The book's called Haunted, and it's just his ass gets sucked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they gave him new intestines from a different person, and that person like possessed him.
No,
Yeah.
I think that one was weird because he was literally like, check out what happened to this gay dude that I thought of.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering, and there was a haunted element, but you know Chuck.
Oh my god. Well, I don't want to make you late. I know you have to go to work soon. Are we good on time?
Well, it's 2:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Want to do a few more minutes, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
wrap?
No, we should do some more time.
All
What
right,
time
well,
do you work at again?
3:30.
3:30. Okay, you're probably not too far from work. You work at Vulcan, right?
Yes.
How is working at Vulcan?
It's good. I'm
Yeah.
just like working a little bit too much. I have another job too.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
working at a restaurant, and it's all right. You
Yeah.
know.
I like Vulcan. What restaurant? Well, you don't have to say. You can tell me later. But what do you do at your, like, are you a server?
I'm a server.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is that?
I like it. I want to work there more just so I have more nights free. But
Okay.
yeah, it's fun. Like
Nice.
I like serving because you kind of just lock in, and if it's busy, you're just like kind of having fun, and then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fun. I've never been a server, but like I know it can be like a really good job, and like I don't know. I feel like I'm very awkward. I would probably drop things on people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I recently heard on TikTok, or no, it was Instagram. I saw this article that there was a girl who worked at Hooters that had a tray of water that she, or drinks that she purposely like spilled on a family, and then they called the police and she got arrested.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did they prove it was on purpose? Was she just that obvious?
I think she just said like they were just making her go back and like take their food all the whole time, and like they were like, this isn't right, that's not right, so she like had to keep like going back bringing them new stuff. And then at the end the dad, I guess it was like a family too, and the dad was like gave her like a couple cents for her tip and was like, here's your tip, like maybe you'll learn to do better next time. And then she had like drinks. And
so she should have shot him with a
yeah,
gun.
yeah. She was just like oh yeah, well like I don't know. I hope you enjoy these drinks. I don't know what she said, but like she did it on purpose. And
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, that sucks. Like it sounds like she was justified.
Yeah. Even before I ever served, if I ever had like a bad experience, like short of like them like going over the top and like assaulting me as a server,
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna tip 10% instead of 20 or 30
Yeah.
and then leave.
Yeah.
Like, but people just are desperate to feel like powerful, like they just want to feel like superior.
That's crazy.
So they're like, here's 2 cents, and you know, maybe you should be better because like me. It's like,
Yeah.
maybe you should fucking kill yourself, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like people are just mean to service workers for sport sometimes. I would never. Like, I could go to a restaurant and I could get the wrong thing and it could be not cooked at all, and I would never. I don't even want to send it back. You know what I mean? Like, because I would just be afraid to like send something back and then they like spit on it or something. So
yeah. Well, it depends. Like, if I'm like, oh, I like that too, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's like I literally don't want that, then I'll be like, hey guys, sorry, but
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the right thing to do, and just be like, hey, like, can you help? Can you change it or whatever? And there's still a nice way to do it. Like, I don't know. I hate conflict.
Some people are like almost too anti-conflict or confrontation, where it's like you're literally like accepting like disrespect at a certain point.
I do that. I'm so bad about that. Like, I don't know why I'm like that, but I do need to work on like being more assertive. I'm not assertive at all. Like, unless like somebody's being like bullied in front of me, then I'll like stand up for that person. But I'm not good at like standing up for myself. Like, if someone's mean to me in public, I just freeze. And then later on, I'll think of things I wish I would have said.
Oh yeah. Like George Costanza.
Oh really? Is that like
yeah. In Seinfeld, there's a big
Yeah?
up like that.
That's
I've had that situation enough times where I'm like, oh, I wish I would have said this or that.
Yeah.
To where then I'm just like ready the next time, and then I'm just
That's
like,
good.
But then you're just arguing with someone in a parking lot.
True. Yeah. That is true. And sometimes I think if you get
this
mad,
one guy tried to
like
fight me in the parking lot one time at the grocery store.
Why?
I forget what it was. It was just like, you know, one of us is pulling in or out of a parking space, or someone thought they took the other one's parking space, something like that. So then he gets out of the car and we're arguing. And it's this big guy too. He's like, I don't know, he's probably like 6'6" and kind of big.
Damn.
And then all of a sudden he starts saying something like, all right, hit me. Like he's trying to like escalate our argument into a fight. And then I was like, you know what, sir? Maybe you're the type of guy that has physical altercations in the Wegmans parking lot, but that's not me.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was like,
I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I've been in enough arguments where I'm like, all right, this next guy's going to get it.
I like that for you. I know. I wish I was like more like that sometimes, but I do like Wegmans.
Wegmans is
I
great.
went recently and I was like, this is very nice. It's like, I would say it's nicer than Whole Foods. Like the way everything's like set up.
Better than H-E-B?
Yeah, definitely. Oh. What happened? Did we lose power?
Uh-oh.
On this side of the room, it looks like.
Why?
It didn't lose the recording.
Okay, so it's still recording?
It's still recording because it's just going off the laptop now.
Oh.
Sweet.
What do you want me to do? Keep going?
All this stuff is powered by the laptop.
Really?
We need a new Maybe we'll get a new laptop today.
Holy cow.
The laptop is being powered by that, but
We almost got a new one and then I forgot.
you can wrap. It's just gonna be a little dark over here.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for coming on, Kevin. Is there anything you want to
Merry
plug?
Christmas.
Yeah. Do you have any shows or anything you want to plug?
Follow me on MySpace.
Okay.
It's MySpace at Dane Willard.
Nice.
And it's gonna be posting more jokes on there
Cool.
and maybe some music.
Love that for you. And he's going to be on the show December 19th.
Wait, doesn't this come out on the 24th?
Yeah, this is actually going to come out after.
Merry Christmas.
But you'll come on again, I'm sure, in the future. yeah, and have a good
guys, I got a lot of
Christmas.
stuff coming up. Make sure to come out for Christmas.
Yes, enjoy Christmas. And he's also a really good videographer, too.
Lilac Video, hit me up if you need a video made for your small business or comedy show.
Awesome.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
Chris Kringle.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Bye.
See ya.
The big natural podcast.